I guess the metal is indeed not solid.
I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Konami just ruined this entire franchise. Guess what they're talking about?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Konami. Now, Konami is obviously having a major problem right now because Konami took it upon themselves to launch Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater in one of the worst conditions that we have seen for a video.
I have seen some streamers enjoy this game, and like normally their streams look pretty good, but for whatever reason, when they're like streaming this game, it looks so shit. The stream itself, the frames are dropping, everything's like looking washed out, and they're like heavy shilling over the game while their PC is being burned and grilled alive. I don't get it.
Video game that costs this much money that also happens to be an Unreal Engine 5 video game.
Of
So
course.
there's also that working against it. Now,
The reason why everyone is sucking the dick of Unreal Engine is because when Unity said that they will charge you more depending on how many copies you sell, everyone jumped off of Unity. And plus, not to mention, the Unreal Engine has added some cheats inside the software, so even a monkey can add specific things in a game now, like patterns and all that stuff. So it's laziness and also because of what Unity did.
Konami has been getting destroyed so much by gamers that they've been forced to address the issues with launch for this game. Now, the game is in early access right now. The game is about to officially launch either tomorrow or the day after. I don't remember.
Unreal Engine 6 is supposed to fix that. They say that every time. Every time there's a new Unreal Engine launching, they always say that it's going to fix the previous one.
Exactly. I think it's the 29th, but I could be wrong.
That's like a marketing ploy for every single program and software. Oh, don't worry, guys. The next one is going to fix it.
Regardless, the game is getting ready to launch pretty soon, but apparently they decided to use the early access players as beta testers to get ready for a day one patch that is going to launch with the game's actual launch. So we're going to discuss what Konami has actually said and how bad the issue is right now with Metal Gear Solid Delta. Now, if you guys missed my last live stream talking about Metal Gear, I didn't do a video. It was a live stream. There was a video from a person called Z Worms Gaming. Okay, I'm not going to play the audio for this video because there's really no need to play the audio. But as you can see, yes, that's
smart. Avoid the copyright, so I don't have to mute it in editing. It's very smart. They don't use Creation Engine, but imagine Unreal Engine and the Nouveau. You better have like a space station computer.
stuttering that's showing on the screen right now. That's not me lagging. That's not the stream lagging. That's not the video record lagging. That is Metal Gear Solid.
Thank you. This is what I was talking about.
Delta lagging so bad. What you're about to see is a 7-second roll lag that's going to happen.
I really would love to know what the PC specs is because his game is barely 60 FPS.
It hurts my brain.
Yep.
Any second now, where the screen is going to freeze for literally like 7 to 8 seconds. It's unbelievable that they would even release this game. Look at this. In like, what was even that? I don't even understand what that
Pretty
was that I
bad.
looked at, and the fact that this game was even released in this particular condition. I really don't know what else to say other than that. So when Konami's addressing these issues, this is the problem that they are addressing. Now, keep in mind, this person,
I guess the metal is indeed not solid. Such a sad state for such a legendary game. I think we experience this kind of loss in a game franchise quite a bit these days.
is playing on a 5090 graphics card at 4K.
Okay, there we go. My question answered. 5090, okay.
Resolution, native, maximum settings, and all that stuff.
Okay, but what is the rest? Like, I would really love to know the RAM, the CPU. I would really want to know all of that too. What is the motherboard he's using? Because you can put a strong GPU, but you will still be lacking on RAM. This is really gonna bother me if the test was done properly or not. Okay, so it's only mentioned that it's a 5090. The whole post. That's all that's mentioned. Just the GPU. The recommended specs. 16 GB RAM, i5. Yeah. i5 16 GB RAM, my ass.
2060 super out of here.
That's such a lie. This is just a lie. This is stupid.
Wait,
But
the Patrick GIF was amazing.
yeah, yeah, no, that's literally how games feel these days. You go into a building, since nothing else is loading around you, you're fine. The second you exit, all these like quote unquote ultra realistic leaves and grass and rain, and it just makes you load.
Maximum settings and all that stuff. The 5090 should be able to destroy this game, and yet it is stuttering more than I don't even know what to even compare it to.
Just says running on a 5090 RTX.
UE5, just chill out for a moment, all right? It actually spent a lot of time loading the game for the first time, you know, when I first...
Yeah, shader building by this point is like a default with games, which
Yep.
sucks.
launched it, so I guess it did load the shaders or preload the shader cache or whatever. I hope it did so, because otherwise this will happen a lot. What the heck, dude? This is not playable now. What? Are you serious? I get that I'm playing the game early, you know, like it will only launch in a couple of days, but I paid 90 euros for this. I'm just gonna keep on rolling with these 1% lows, you know. The game gets 0 FPS. That's over 60.
Yeah, but what settings is he playing on, etc., etc.? I do think if he has like the newest CPU, the newest GPU, and above 60 GB RAM, he should be able to play it even on the highest settings. I really want to know what the rest of the specs are.
So Konami has addressed this, and they've publicly addressed a number of launch issues for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater that have been reported by players. In a post on social media, Konami says that it has received reports of several issues and are preparing a patch to address them. And again, like I said, they seem like they're going to prepare this patch for a day one release, which makes it pretty sad that the people that paid for early access essentially paid to be beta testers. Here are the issues that all center around game crashes and include the following: performing an additional survival knife attack after completing a series of consecutive attacks to secure food may cause the game to crash
What?
under certain conditions. Removing the crocodile cap from the survival viewer while it is equipped may cause the game to crash under certain conditions. The fact that there are so many things that can cause the game to crash under certain conditions makes me think that the certain conditions
It's like, oh, you want to play a game? Well, you better be careful. If you do very certain things in a very specific order at a very specific timing, you too might lose hours of progress in this laggy, buggy mess. The only game I allow to abuse me like this is Darktide.
You mean Skyrim?
No, I mean Darktide.
is just how bad you develop the game. Maybe that's my opinion. I don't really know, but I love Metal Gear Solid. Don't get me wrong. Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite franchises by far. And we already knew that they were going to be using Unreal Engine 5. We already knew that they were not going to be using the Fox engine, either because they couldn't or they didn't want to, or maybe they had a deal with Unreal Engine, whatever it may be. But this is not acceptable. It is not acceptable for an indie game. It is not acceptable for an $80 game. It is not acceptable for a $50 game. It is not acceptable to release a game in this condition. I don't give a fuck what your franchise is. I don't care how popular the game is. It is unacceptable. You need to do better. You quite simply need to do better. And if every developer is struggling to release a game at launch on Unreal Engine 5, is it the developers that are the problem, or is it the engine, or is it both?
It's a yes. It's both. Because I'm pretty sure if there's like an actual meeting in a company discussing which engine to use, the developers could have also pointed it out. But then if they would have told, no, we have to with Unreal Engine, it would have been on the developers to figure out options and ways to make the game as smooth as possible.
Yeah, the developers really got no excuse for this, because the only game that we've experienced with Unreal Engine 5 and actually ran smoothly was Player Obscure.
This is a situation of everybody sucks.
Probably both. Let's be real. So also you got collecting food when a hungry crocodile is nearby may cause the game to crash under certain conditions. What the fuck? So basically doing everything
No way. Collecting food when a hungry crocodile was nearby may cause the game to crash. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? That's kind of oddly specific though.
That's necessary in the game: collecting food, sneaking around, using your knife to attack, and completing a series of attacks. Everything that you can do in the game that is necessary is going to cause the game to crash under certain conditions. What the fuck is this? Transitioning from a roll into a crawl may result in a character model floating in midair under certain conditions, bro. I really can't. I can't with this shit. I can't. This is so unacceptable. It's not even funny. They're literally telling you
This is like this is like a year before pre-alpha testing bugs. This is like the bugs and errors you get when you just start implementing the code just to see how it plays with each other. Don't you guys feel confident paying early access and full price for games like this?
you know what? You could have skipped all of this. You could have skipped all of this and just said, hey, playing the game under certain conditions can cause the game to crash. Boom, done. That's it. Done. That's literally it. Playing the game under certain conditions can make the game crash. You could have saved all of these bullet points because that's literally what you're saying here. In areas where the camera switches to intrusion view, character movement may become restricted under certain conditions. Opening the radio window under certain conditions may cause the game.
Isn't this like the case of the code constantly having a conflict with another code? That they're literally making it crash out. It just overloads the whole game. This is so stupid.
To crash. What the fuck is this? What is this? This is unbelievable. You guys are pathetic. I don't understand. This is why Konami. You need to go back to pachinko machines, Konami. Seriously, go back to pachinko machines. Go make another Silent Hill pachinko game. What the fuck are you doing trying to make this game and releasing it in a condition where literally breathing will cause you to crash under certain conditions? There is no reason that this should even be happening. There's zero reason. I could understand a little bit of performance problems, maybe a little bit, but you guys are literally saying by walking, talking, and breathing and attacking and rolling and collecting food and doing everything you got to do.
I think I'm reaching a point where I'm gonna be avoiding most of big franchise games, at least for my own personal use of time.
Right, off stream, you're gonna be playing other games.
Yeah, I feel like the big franchise games I'll be mainly playing just on stream.
Yep.
So that way, off stream, I can play games that I know are good, games that I know are not gonna make me crash out and my PC crash out. Games where I don't have to debug to play 15 minutes. Games that I know is not gonna raise my blood pressure. Like I'll still review like the big franchise games on stream, so that way at least I can monetize my own crash out.
When a game is going to cause you to crash under certain conditions. You are pathetic. Seriously. Konami doesn't have a specific timeline for a release for the update. Yeah, I'm sure you don't. But says that it will take a little longer to implement the fixes as they investigate the causes. I'm going to tell you what the cause is. Two things. Your developers suck, get better ones, and Unreal Engine 5. That's it. Done. Easy. I know you could pay me $100,000 now because that's who you're going to pay $100,000 to, the person who discovers those two things and tells you about it in your corporate offices. And
No, he forgot one more person that needs to be switched out. The person who was in charge of hiring. How did the person hire people who are completely unable to do any of this? The dev team gotta go. The person who hired them gotta go. The people who greenlit this gotta go. The people who tested this gotta go. That's what I'm saying. The situation of everyone sucks.
here's the best part, right? So, do you think that they took any accountability? Do you think they, do you think they did anything? Maybe offer some compensation to the people who have early access right now, who are
No.
currently crashing like crazy, who are currently experiencing whatever the fuck this.
Apologizing and publicly accepting that you messed up with a game opens you up to mass refunds. So of course they're not gonna publicly admit that they messed up.
This is like, again, I don't even know what to even call this. I can't even call this a game at this point. Do you think they're offering any of that? No. No. You know what they're saying? We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience
Never mind. There you go. They apologize with, "I'm sorry you feel that way."
this may have caused. Inconvenience. This, you're calling this an inconvenience? This is this is not an inconvenience, bro. This is shoddy work. This is terrible. This is honestly pathetic AAA development. This is
Honestly, would you say this is on a level of buying a car and receiving like a one-wheel bicycle?
Honestly, though, it's like buying a car and then getting a lemon.
beyond inconvenience, bro. I can literally take a piss in the time.
And yet, gaming is one of those industries where, hey, you don't have to finish the product and you can sell it in masses. And if you complain about it, you're the jackass. Any other imagine if they release a car without brakes.
No.
Oh, sorry, we forgot to implement it. Why is it that in gaming, everything gets excused under the umbrella that you're just a bigot and a hater? I'm so tired of this.
Time that it takes for this to catch itself in a row. This is, oh, we are sorry. We are sorry. Go fuck yourselves, bro. Seriously. So, anyway, this is why, unfortunately, I have to report for a game that I was really looking forward to. Everybody knows, man. I've been talking about Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I fully plan to review the game on Griffcast. I'm currently playing Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Once I'm done with that game, I'm going to review this game. And I got to tell you, man, it's unbelievable. And I can already hear the people, and you know they're here. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the shills. The shills are out there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, they're out there. I can already hear them say, well, I don't have problems on my system, so it must be a you problem. Bro, oh my God, man. The people who are out there that say shit like that, they make me sick. They really do. Because listen, with all due respect, okay, my system almost never has problems. With all due respect, again, I've had mid-tier PCs, I've had very high-end PCs. My systems have almost never had problems. I have a 4090 graphics.
Okay, it's sometimes it's not about like how strong the components of your PC are. Sometimes it's a combination of specific components that can cause hiccups with game performance. Like for example, GPU X will go well with CPU X, but GPU B is not gonna go well with CPU X. Like sometimes it's also the combination of components that add a layer of complexity why a game might not be performing the best on your machine. It also depends on, are you using a Ryzen GPU or an NVIDIA GPU? And on top of that, that being said, it also depends on the driver updates that the software company pushes through. Like, for example, NVIDIA, notorious and legendary with pushing out updates that mess up being able to play games. There are like 10 different factors which could cause you having a different experience. But a lot of these are purely development factors.
Graphics card. I have 128 gigs of RAM, i9 processor, the whole 9 yards, 1,000 watt power supply, platinum, all that kind of shit. I have all that shit. It doesn't matter, bro. Just because I'm not experiencing issues doesn't mean that a vast majority of people are not clearly experiencing issues. And if you're going to be the kind of person to say, well, it's not affecting me, so I don't care, go fuck yourself, bro. It's unbelievable that you would see even remotely say that. This is Konami clearly not knowing how to actually make a AAA game anymore. They were so busy trying to make pachinko games.
What big studios know how to make a AAA game? And also, no offense to Japan, they do have amazing games. But how many big Japanese studios do you know that are capable of making a lag-free, bug-free PC game? They mostly concentrate on consoles, not PCs.
Games that the moment they got to having to remotely even come close to remaking a previous game that was done so many years ago from developers that are way more skilled than they'll ever be, suddenly they're falling apart. Konami seriously needs to get their shit together and really fix this game quickly before people end up starting refunds if they haven't already. So you guys can let me know anyway what you think about this entire situation in the comments down below. Do you think this Konami situation is going to get any better? Do you think they even know how to fix it? Do you think they even know what they're doing with Unreal Engine 5? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it,
I think majority of people don't know what they're doing with Unreal Engine 5. The sad reality is, by this point, seeing another game yet having performance issues, like, oh, must be Monday.
Yeah, yeah. Fly high. Check it. Spread my wings high, reach the sky. Feathers in the wind, never asking why. I'm a bird, motherfucker, I'm a bird. Soaring high, yeah, that's the word. Flying free like you never heard.